All right. Here's the thing. My startup Oona in general is growing. It goes through phases, growing, dipping, losing customers. But generally speaking, it's growing, but only because I've been pushing it. There's really no marketing machine behind it, no system that brings people in while I sleep. Every new user, every sale, it's basically me hustling, doing outreach, making calls. And that's fine at the beginning, but it doesn't scale. So in this episode of Project Runway, I'm building a real marketing strategy from scratch. Right now, Oona's growth depends completely on me. There's no consistent inbound flow, no automatic campaigns, no real funnel, and that's dangerous because it means if I stop, everything stops. So the goal is to create a marketing strategy that works across the funnel. Top of the funnel, awareness, middle, interest, and the bottom of the funnel, conversion. This kind of system that keeps building momentum even when I'm not personally driving it. I started by researching how other early stage SaaS companies approaching marketing. There's always this struggle between doing what works now versus building something that scales later.
Ideas, and I bucketed them into the 5 levels.
And they have a lot more resource than I do. They're all backed by investors. And I'm bootstrapping right now, and I'm a solo founder. So I realized I need something simple and structured that I can execute myself on a daily basis. Something that touches every part of the funnel. So here's my plan. Top of the funnel, all about awareness. Social content, YouTube, paid ads for visibility. Middle of funnel, engagement. So landing page, email list, and Discord community. And the bottom of funnel, I will do direct outreach, demos, targeted ads, focusing on conversion. Basically, I want to create a system that connects all of it from the first touch to the moment someone subscribes. But before I launch ads or write landing pages, I need a message that actually resonates. So I've been experimenting with a few different angles to describe Oona. Each one represents a different emotional trigger. Speed appeals to creators who want instant answers. Growth speaks to those chasing performance. And certainty is for people who are tired of guessing. These are the core benefits of Oona. I don't know which one actually hit, so I'm gonna test all of them. And next, I applied these messages to my landing page just to see how the tone shifts. For example, here's the speed version versus the certainty version. I also started designing Google Ads and Meta Ads around the same messaging. And the goal here isn't to spend big, it's to test what gets attention. Because once I know which message pull people in, I'll double down. It's basically a mini experiment, each one using the same creatives, more or less, but a different message. I love this kind of full circle moment. Oona is basically an experimental platform for content creators. And now I'm running experiments for my experimental platform. I think that's kind of cool. The next layer is how I show up across all my socials. YouTube, X, Instagram, LinkedIn. I realized that my content needs to be aligned and reflect the same message that I'm testing in the ads. If I go with speed, my content should feel fast and actionable. If I go with certainty, it should feel analytical and data-driven. So I'm rethinking how I talk about Oona, not just in the ads, but in how I tell the storyline. I also want to bring the community closer in this process. So I'm reactivating the newsletter and the Discord community, not to sell anything, but just to share all the behind the scenes and all the tips and tricks that I learned in the content space. So we all learn and grow together. Think of it as a small circle of people who cares about content strategy, data, and creator growth. And here's how I measure success. My KPIs for these experiments are click-through rates on the ads, the conversion rate, the landing page, newsletter sign up, and the cost per qualified lead. I'll run the test for about 2 weeks, compare the messaging angles, and see which one builds the strongest funnel. The goal is not entirely about traffic, it's predictable growth. So yeah, that's the plan. For the first time, Oona's marketing won't be relying on my outreach. It will have a real engine behind it. In the next episode, I will share what worked, what didn't, and how each message performed. If you're building a startup too, I hope that it helps you structure your own strategy, because this stuff is tough, this stuff is messy, but it's part of the fun. One more thing, if you're building a landing page is so crazy. It seems easy, but it's super difficult. An effective landing page is very hard to make. If you are struggling with it, I made a cheat sheet. I did tons of research figuring out why my landing page wasn't performing. And there are a lot of problems, but starting from catching attention, having an emotional hook, and down to how to write micro copies in the way that you're not just showcasing all your features, but also helping people understand why they want to use you over your competitors. Hyper focus on conversion. I'll put it in the description. Feel free to download it, to share it, repost it, whatever you want to do. Make sure you tag me, leave a comment. I would love to know what you think and if it's helpful. That's it.